Abuja Rail Mass Transit is a regional rail transport system in the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria. It is the second rapid transit system in West Africa. The first phase of the project connects the city center to Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, stopping at the Abuja-Kaduna Railway Station in Edo, with more than 2,000 passengers boarding per day. The Abuja Metro Station project, which has been idle for years, was commissioned in 2018 by former President Muhammadu Buhari, and on May 29, 2024, President Bola Tinubu flagged it off for commercial operations. According to the design of the rail, the project is to cover a total distance of 290 kilometers and is meant to be developed in 6 phases.
The facilities we have now is modern facilities. We have what we call DMU, diesel multiple unit, popularly called locomotives. And we have 12 DMU, and each DMU consists of 4 locomotives. So, in other words, we have 48 locomotives on ground now. And the tracks, they are, double, gauge tracks. So, and you can see the stations. They are modern stations.
Global television news. Tinubu approves establishment of Federal Capital Territory Youth Secretariat. The Independent National Electoral Commission raises concern of election violence. Yobe government orders closure of schools. And on our foreign scene, 93 killed, dozens trapped in India landslide. Venezuelans clash with police after disputed election results. In sports, Fulham agrees to a €27 million deal with Arsenal for Emily Smith Rowe. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Experts on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Jumai Manson. I'd like to remind you that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365. Now the news info. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has signed the new Minimum Wage Act into law. The brief ceremony was witnessed by President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, and Deputy Senate President Barau Jibrin, amongst others. President Bola Tinubu has directed the Tertiary Education Trust Fund to increase the number of modern hostels in tertiary institutions from 36 to 72 by the year 2025. The Executive Secretary, TET Fund, Sonny Echeno, disclosed this during a meeting with the leadership of the National Association of Nigerian Students. According to a statement released by the fund, the President's directive to the fund followed his plans to ensure industrial harmony in tertiary institutions. The approval given by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for the sale of crude oil to the Dangote Petroleum Refinery in Naira is going to force the prices of domestically refined petroleum products to crash. Oil marketers, refiners, and experts stated. Operators in the downstream oil sector commended the move by the President, stating that it will boost the outputs of domestic refineries, shore up the country's foreign exchange reserves, and strengthen the Naira. Still on, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved the creation of a youth secretariat for the Federal Capital Territory Administration. Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, made this known in Buhari Area Council during a town hall meeting to dissuade the youth of Buhari and Abuja Municipal Area Council from joining the planned nationwide strike against hardship in the country. Bayero University Kano security operatives have arrested 2 individuals posing as lecturers and selling books to unsuspecting 5-year students. According to the bulletin, the 2 suspects, identified as David Ilebe and Chike Ike from Edo and Delta State respectively, entered a lecture hall in the Faculty of Engineering. They forcefully introduced themselves as lecturers and presented a set of 4 textbooks covering subjects such as English, statistics, Nigerian people and culture as mandatory for students' continuous assessment. They reportedly threatened that failure to purchase the books will result in failing their courses. The acting registrar noted that students concerned about meeting course requirements compiled and bought the books. However, their actions drew suspicions, leading to their arrest by university security following a complaint. The 2 individuals are now facing charges of criminal trespass, impersonation, and fraud. The Director General of the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, Dr. Fatima Azi Waziri, says human traffickers are exploiting the Japa syndrome. This disclosure was made during the town hall meeting with stakeholders marking the commencement of activities for the 2024 World Day Against Trafficking. Dr. Waziri explained that traffickers are preying on individuals desperate to leave Nigeria due to poor socio-economic conditions. The Federal Ministry of Health, in collaboration with the Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention, has inaugurated a National Infection Prevention and Control Technical Working Group to enhance healthcare safety across the country. Members of the committee were drawn from various agencies of the ministry, such as the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, Medical Laboratories, Science Council of Nigeria, MLSCN, and NCDC, as well as international organizations such as AFE-NET, amongst others. The Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association, NAOA, Nursery Primary School, Asokoro, has commemorated the 19th edition of a speech prize giving and graduation ceremony. Sharon Ajay has details.
The NAOA speech and prize giving ceremony was packed with lots of activities, from debate, spelling bee, professional costume display, drama, choreography, and lots more. The primary 6 graduates in their beautiful graduation regalias stepped out to deliver their current affairs presentation and sung.
About our country, do you know the Northern and the Southern Protectorate was amalgamated in 1914 as one by Lord Lugar and his wife named Lady Flora Shaw in the country Nigeria. Do you know the name Nigeria means the people living at the back of the river Niger? Thank you. Do you know that Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa was the first Prime Minister from 1960 to 1966? The first civilian president was Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. The first military head of state was General JTU Aguiyi-Ironsi. Thank you. I know I love because I care.
The president of the Nigeria Army Officers' Wives Association, NAOA, Maria Abiodun Lagbaja, applauded the children for their remarkable achievements and encouraged them to be steadfast in their next level.
My dear boys and girls, today marks the end of just one chapter of your education and the beginning of another. You have grown not only in knowledge, but also in character. You have learned the importance of being kind, working hard, and helping others. These values will guide you as you move forward in life.
The children were filled with excitement as those who have done diligently well stepped forward to receive their prizes. Sharon Ajay reporting for Global TV News.
The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, has expressed concerns about the political tension in Edo State ahead of the September 21st governorship election in the state. Yakubu said INEC would be meeting with security agencies to address the concerns. Adekin Michael tells us more.
The INEC chairman, speaking at the quarterly meeting with civil society representatives in the commission headquarters, Abuja, called the attention of the stakeholders to the recent political crisis in Edo, leading to attacks on its local government offices and physical confrontations among candidates.
We are concerned about the safety of candidates, agents, and supporters, as we are about the security of our own officials, security of observers, journalists, service providers, and above all, the voters.
Speaking on the preparation for the election, the INEC chairman revealed that additional bimodal voter accreditation system machines had been provided to the Edo State to train election duty personnel and to provide contingency support on election day.
Campaign by political parties and candidates is in full swing in both Edo and Ondo states. We urge you to intensify your advocacy for peaceful elections, including engagement with stakeholders. The Commission finds the recent event in Edo State, resulting in the deaths of a security personnel, worrisome. Happily, there has been no incident known to the Commission since then. Nevertheless, the Commission will meet with security agencies as early as Friday this week under the auspices of the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security.
The INEC chairman also observed that with 52 days to the election in Edo State, some parties were yet to submit the list of their polling and coalition agents. It therefore called on party leaders to expedite their registration and upload the requirements on the portals, adding that the final register for the 2024 governorship elections in Edo and Ondo State are being finalized. The representative of Center for Credible Leadership, Nwambu Gabriel, noted that as a key player in the political process, civil society organizations remain steadfast in their commitment to ensuring electoral integrity.
The level of preparedness is very high. Consequently, we acknowledge and commend the opening remarks made by the Honorable Chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, which highlighted the importance of transparency, accountability, inclusivity, and conducting free, fair, and credible elections as we march towards Edo and Ondo governorship elections, respectively.
He added that the organizations were dedicated to upholding the sanctity of the ballot box, respecting the will and mandates of the people, and promoting political stability as well as the well-being of Nigerians. Adekin Michael, Global TV News.
Yobe State government has directed all primary and secondary schools in the state to shut down academic activities from 31st July over the planned nationwide protest on hardship and hunger, scheduled to commence on August 1st, 2024. Directive was contained in a statement by the state's Commissioner of Basic and Secondary School Education Associated, Professor Abba Idris, and signed by Director Schools Management Bukar Modu in Damaturu. Some suspected thugs have begun to threaten Lagos State residents not to come out for the hunger protest scheduled for August 1st to 10th. In a viral clip, the people whose voices were only heard were chastising the market women and meant to desist from the planned protest as it might lead to more destruction than that witnessed in the End SARS protests. Ahead of the planned nationwide protest against bad governance due to comments from August 1st, the federal government has declared all its 256 custodial centers across the country as red zones, whose sanctity must not be violated under any guise. Comptroller General of Corrections, CGC, Haley Umbaba, gave the warning in a statement in Abuja. According to the statement, the Ministry of the Interior Joint Task Force have been activated to provide extra security in and around custodial facilities nationwide. activist and human rights lawyer Deji Adeyanju has urged the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja, to withdraw soldiers deployed across the Federal Capital Territory and other cities ahead of the proposed hunger protest. Reports state the increased presence of security agents, including military personnel, within the Federal Capital Territory ahead of the proposed nationwide protest slated for August 1st to 10th. The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors have issued a 2-week ultimatum to the government for the unconditional release of its member, Dr. Giniyat Popola, who was kidnapped 7 months ago at the senior staff quarters of the National Eye Center, Kaduna, NARD. NARD said Industrial Harmony cannot be guaranteed if her release is not secured within 2 weeks. The doctors made this known in a communique issued after its National Executive Council meeting in Katsina from July 22nd to 27th, themed the Nigerian economy and its impact on residency training, challenges and opportunities for a robust healthcare system. The National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons has apprehended no fewer than 115 suspected human traffickers and rescued 75 victims in Akwa Ibom, Cross River State and River State. The zonal commander of NAPTIP, Emmanuel Auhin, disclosed this in an interview in Uyo. The zone comprises Akwa Ibom, Cross River and River State. You're watching News Express, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja, on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us on our social media platforms by using the Global TV NG and the handles now showing on your screen. When News Express returns, 93 killed, dozens trapped in India landslide. We'll bring you this and other more stories right after this break. Do stay with us. You're welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is Global Television, bringing you live broadcast of News Express. Thank you for staying with us. Over now to our business news. The federal government says it has created centers across the country where Nigerians can purchase a 50 kg bag of rice for 40,000 naira. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, revealed this while briefing correspondents on the outcome of the Federal Executive Council meeting presided over by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the State House, Abuja. Idris said this was one of the several initiatives by the Tinubu administration to ease living conditions for citizens. The importation of vehicles into Nigeria dropped from 28 and 208 units in the first quarter of 2023 to 10,991 units in the same quarter of 2024, representing a 60.8% decrease. This was contained in Nigerian Port Authority Performance Report January to March 2026, which showed that Nigerian ports welcomed 251 ships in the first quarter of 2024. According to documents, the figure represented a 4.3% decrease from 275 ships that visited the nation's seaport within the same period in 2023. The federal government has requested a $500 million loan from the World Bank to improve dam safety and enhance water resource management across the federation. This loan is expected to address the country's water security challenges and boost agricultural productivity through the Sustainable Power and Irrigation of Nigerian project. Over now to the Senate Committee on Capital Market, the Securities and Exchange Commission stakeholders in the capital market have agreed to evolve practical strategies to address the issue of unclaimed dividends in the country. The agreement was reached at a one-day public hearing organized by the Senate panel to find a lasting solution to the issue. Apart from suggesting a further amendment to the Finance Act, shareholders at the forum stressed the need for proper sensitization about the activities of the SEC. On our foreign scene, Russia says it has extinguished a fire in an oil depot that blazed for 48 hours after a Ukrainian drone attacked. Kyiv has hit dozens of Russian energy sites and oil depot over the last year in an escalation of attacks inside Russian territory. Something is seized as a retribution of Moscow's arsenal bombardment of its cities and power stations. Alexei Samovnev, the Russian governor of the Kyiv border region, said that rescuers have extinguished the fire at an oil depot. Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez has declined to testify in a Kraft investigation involving his wife, Begoña Gomez. The hearing took place at the Marcelino Palace, which entails invoking his legal right not to testify against close family members, according to Spanish law. The session, which lasted approximately 20 minutes, saw Sanchez confronted by a judge, representatives from the prosecutor's office, and lawyers from the far-right party Vox. Marta Castro, a lawyer from Vox, confirmed the Prime Minister's refusal to answer questions, stating Sanchez invoked his right not to testify. Security forces in Venezuela have fired tear gas and rubber bullets at the people protesting Sunday's disputed election result. Thousands of people descended on central Caracas, some walking miles from slums on the mountains surrounding the city towards the presidential palace. Protests erupted in the Venezuelan capital the day after President Nicolas Maduro claimed victory. European Union Foreign Policy Chief Josep Borrell has condemned the use of excessive force against protesters in Bangladesh after days of violence that killed at least 206 people. The violence erupted after students' rallies against civil servants' job quotas this month, and the death toll based on police and hospital data includes several police officers. Critics have said quota is used to extract public jobs with loyalists of the ruling Awami League party. Russian forces says they have captured another village in their offensive in Ukraine's eastern Donetsk region. The defense ministry said Russia had liberated the village of Proden on the outskirts of Torskak, a larger town which Russian forces have advanced towards in recent months before Russia launched its full-scale military offensive in 2022. The village had a population of around 1,400, according to Ukrainian government estimates. At least 93 people have been killed and dozens are still feared trapped after heavy rains triggered massive landslides in the southern Indian state of Kerala. The landslide struck hilly areas in Vayanaad district in the early hours of today. Rescue operations are underway but are being hindered by heavy rains and collapse of a crucial bridge. Now in sports, Napoli is reportedly ready to engage in talks with Chelsea over a player plus cash deal for Victor Osimhen this summer. As Italian clubs seek solutions for the Nigerian striker's situation, the Blues have been on spending spree this summer, with Enzo Maresca overseeing a significant squad overhaul at Stamford Bridge. Rafael Varane has officially signed for Serie A club Como following his exit from Manchester United this summer. The 2018 World Cup winner left Old Trafford as free agent on June 30th after the Red Devils opted not to trigger an extension on his contract. Fulham have agreed to a €27 million deal with Arsenal for the Emile Smith Rowe that also includes up to €7 million more in odd ones. Negotiations between the two clubs have been ongoing in recent weeks, with Arsenal first rejecting an initial bid as Crystal Palace also held interest in the playmaker. The arrangement looks set to mark a new club record transfer fee for Fulham after they previously forked out €25 million on midfielders Jean Michael, series 6 years ago. Tinubu approves establishment of Federal Capital Territory Youth Secretariat. The Independent National Electoral Commission raises concern over election violence. Yobe government orders closure of schools. And our foreign scene, 93 killed, dozen trapped in India landslide. The Sonians clash with police after disputed election results. And in sports, we brought to you that Fulham agrees to a €27 million deal with Arsenal for Emile Smith Rowe. And that's it on News Express, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. Remember, we're on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms by using a Global TV engine and the handles now showing on your screen. I am Jumai Manson. Thank you for watching.